Okay, good morning, everyone. So before I start, though, I'd like to usually check up with our participants. If you clearly see my deck and also clearly hear my voice, kindly type in po yes sa ating chat box. Okay? Before I start so that wala tayong issues. And also if you have questions or thoughts, no, you can freely put it sa ating chat box. Okay? Now, type in yes po if narinig niyo po ako or you can clearly see my presentation. Okay? Ayan. So, baka delay lang masyado, no? We have yes from Maria. We have Angelo. We also have Jose. Yan. So, I think I'm very happy also yung mga attendees natin is hindi ko din usually nakikita sa ibang webinars, no? So, I assume first time attendees ito sila. So, no worries for those you have friends, your families, or even acquaintances na interested po to attend this kind of webinar, no? Especially we're talking about the basics, okay? Now, to start off, no, I'd like to introduce myself first. For those who are new talaga, I am Tara Dirampatun, or usually yung full name kasi is Naira, but mas easier to remember kasi yung Tara, okay? I'm the business and also market education associate from First Metro Securities, the stock brokerage house of the Metro Bank Group. Now, I understand the weekend and also may mga appointments tayo or even yung mga lakad natin with our family and also friends, no? So again, this session, we'll try to keep it short, hindi natin medyo i-drag, no? So that medyo makahabol pa tayo sa mga activities this weekend, okay? Now, to those who are new sa ating session, I'd like to introduce also First Metro Securities, no? With regards to market education efforts namin, our company is really dedicated to financial literacy and creating awareness of investment opportunities that empower, just like us, no, mga individuals and also companies natin and institutions to attain their financial goals. At the same time, we envision it as the largest and also most trusted Philippine investment solutions partner. So for this Saturday, no, it's my honor also pleasure to serve you today as your host and also as your speaker. Okay? Now, sharing with you, no, our 2024, some of the recent siguro ng mga on-site sessions natin. I think before yung medyo heightened pa yung lockdown, we've been pushing webinars and also right now, since medyo mataas na din yung demand for conducting Finlit sessions, no, bumabalik na kami. So we're slowly conducting sessions for academic institutions, yung mga universities natin. We also have private sector. So recently, we've been conducting retirement literacy series for the private workers, no? And also some of the sessions with different universities kung saan meron silang mga financial literacy caravan. Okay? And also with the public sector, no, we've been partnering with them to conduct yung mga sessions to showcase yung mga funds na pwede natin mag-invest, no, as Filipinos. So for those na medyo mahilig or gustong mag-invest in bonds, specifically the retail treasury bonds, no, you can actually check out the recorded version sa ating YouTube channel, same as the MP2, no? So this has been recently conducted last February 2024. So hopefully this year we will have another run with our government agencies. Okay? Ayan, for those naman na medyo basics or leaning forward to get to know more about different investment vehicles that are available here in the Philippines, pero medyo hindi pa tayo ganun ka knowledgeable, no? You can actually check out our basics to advanced kind of sessions. So, for example, the FMETF 101, yung nasabi ko kanina, we have the Bonds 101. And also, kapag, for example, tapos na kayo sa session nito na Stock Market 101, you can actually jump off to medyo intermediate to advanced sessions with the best series. Okay? So, usually every month namin pinopost if ever meron kaming sessions. Usually meron naman every month. Okay? Ayan. And also for those na medyo bago pa sa ating online trading platform, you can actually check out the webinars with regards to navigation sa aming mobile app and also sa aming website trading version ng aming mga trading platform. Okay, now to start off our session, no, let me just share with you some of the things that you need to be aware of as an investor or even someone na kahit na meron pa ring experience with investment, no. I'd like to share with you here in the Philippines kasi hindi tayo ganun ka exposed with the investment vehicles, for example, the stocks, bonds or even the funds, no. This really shows that there is a significant gap in financial knowledge and investment participation among fellow citizens. Showing to you, actually, this is a data from 2021, but later we'll be giving you some of the recent datas, no? So, yung 2024, hindi pa natin nakukuha because medyo start of the year pa, no? And just we're waiting for the datas for the 2024 as well. Okay? Now, showing with you actually right now, ito yung mga malaking effort from the private sector and also the government institutions, no, all about avoiding scams. Okay, now let's take a look at the alarming number of online fraud incidents here in the Philippines from 2019 to 2023. So actually in 2019 and 2020, medyo less than 1,000 pa tayo. We started off with 633 reported incidents. Following year is 869. And fast forward to 2022 after the lockdown, after many events na nangyari, no? We saw a shocking increase to 7,208 incidents. So nakailang fold siya, no, to get that number. But to tell you that actually in 2023, almost double from that year before, no? That's 14,030 incidents. So this data, no, from a survey from Statista highlights that there is a growing trend of online fraud that we need to be aware of. Okay? Now, to give you a background, no, maybe some of the scams medyo alam na natin or baka medyo sad is if na biktima tayo or if we have friends or families na naging biktima with this kind of fraud. So what are the example of this online fraud, no? Number one is maybe napapansin kayo yung mga phishing scams, usually sa mga texts where scammers trick you to providing personal information, pwede din mga bank information. Second one is identity theft where someone uses your information, nagpapanggap without your consent. Okay? Third is the online shopping scams where you pay for goods na hindi naman siya usually dumadating or wala ka talagang in order and then may dumating and then pinapabayad sa iyo. And also, lastly is the investment scams where fraudulent schemes promise high returns. Okay? I think recently medyo heightened ngayon is yung hijacking through the text do kung saan nag-i-insert yung mga scams na mga text doon sa mga legitimate na mga text thread from the financial institution. So be mindful of that. For those, for example, we are very mataas yung energy natin to spot those green flags sa mga K-drama OPA, but we need to also give that same effort when we want to spot those red flags from the scams as well. Okay? Now, our company, FirstMetroSecurities, we try to fill that gap, no, by providing continuous financial and investment literacy sessions to Filipinos na hindi abot ng ganitong opportunity. Especially for if you have families or friends outside of the Philippines, yung ating overseas Filipino workers, no? We try to help them, especially if they want to invest back here in the Philippines, no? So hopefully for this session, marami tayong matutunan about a specific investment vehicle, which is the stock market investing and how we can take advantage of it. Okay? Ayan. So, our session, medyo konti lang yung pag-uusapan natin, but we will tap on those important points, no, that we need to be aware of, especially if we need to start investing in the stock market. Okay? Now, number one, where am I in the investor life cycle? Number two is we will understand how does the stock market work. Third is we will know what are the advantages of investing regularly. And lastly is we will also know how FirstMetroSecurities can help through the process. Okay? Now, for everyone right now who are watching, if you have questions regarding the presentation po, feel free to ask in the Q&A of the Zoom panel or the chat box. We'll answer them later during the live Q&A portion of the presentation. Okay? Now, let's start off with the investor life cycle, no? So, where am I in the investor life cycle? Nasaan ako sa investor life cycle, no? So, this cycle actually describes the different stages we go through as investors. Okay, so nakakatulong na malaman natin kung saan ka sa stage para makagawa tayo ng tamang financial decisions. Okay, so to start off with the stages, no, number one, meaning beginner ka pa, nagsisimula ka pa lang sa investing. Meaning you are studying, nag-aaral ka pa tungkol sa mga stocks and paano mag-invest. For example, right now, you are just attending some webinars or even courses online, or you're just seeking advice from a professional or someone you know na nakapag-start na with stock market. Okay? Number two is accumulator or nag-iipon, no? So this is the person who is very active na nag-invest para palaguin yung kanyang pera. Okay? For example, for this one is nagse-set aside ka ng portion of your income or your salary para magbili ng mga stocks regularly. Okay? Stage 3 is what we call consolidator or someone who organizes, no? So, this kind of person, ina-evaluate niya, inaayos na yung kanyang investment strategy, binabalance niya din yung risk and also return. Okay? One good example for this one is yung mga investments niya is hindi lang naka-invest into one stock but also he or she can invest into different stocks or even different investment vehicles para mabawasan yung kanyang risk. Okay? Stage 4 is what we call preserver. Okay? So in this kind of stage kasi medyo may edad na tayo. We try to protect and also while also growing our money na napaipundar mo na. Okay? So in this kind of stage, since medyo may kaedadan na tayo, naghahanap na tayo ng mga low-risk investments, okay? Para sigurado meron tayong stable na kita or returns from those investments, okay? Now, one good example for this one is you invest on more low-risk investments or safer side na investment, for example, the bonds or even the money market mutual funds, okay? Stage 5 is what we call the spender. Okay, so in this one, pasok na tayo sa retirement, no? We want to use yung returns from our investments while also focusing into sustainable withdrawal and legacy planning. Okay, so one good example for this one is in-enjoy mo yung mga fruits of your investment. For example, you buy house for your family or some of maybe the money is you're willing to give for your mga inaanak ba dyan or willing to set aside something that you would plan for. Okay? Now, as reflection, no, I'd like to ask the participants, saan na po tayo dito sa investor life cycle? Okay? So is it the stage 1, beginner? Nagsisimula ka pa lang? Stage 2, accumulator. 3, consolidator. We have preserver and also spender. Okay? Let me ask our attendees. Yan. Okay, so may nag-answer isa, accumulators. So it's a good one. You are organizing pa, you are balancing your risk and also your return. Okay? Another one, accumulator din yung answer nila. So I think wala ding nag-answer dito ng spender. So wala pa siguro tayong pasok sa retirement nag-attend dito. Or even for those, especially sa mga beginners, usually marami dito are yung mga bago lang graduate or even students or even young professionals. Okay, ayan. Thank you very much to Martel and also Angelo. Ayan. Okay. Now, I hope we get a better idea, no, kung saan tayo sa investor life cycle kasi because we want to check ourselves, no? We want to know ourselves kung saan na ba tayo, ano nga ba yung dapat na steps na that we need to take in order to achieve yung ating financial goals. Especially if stock market, usually stock market kasi we want to think of long term. So later I'll be showing you why long term. Okay, so sa mga susunod na slides, pag-usapan natin yung fundamentals, no, or 101s with the stock market here in the Philippines and kung paano natin magagamit yung knowledge na ito para makagawa ng smart investment decisions. Okay? Ayan. So let's discuss with the basic topics muna of stock market investing. No? So anyways, for you guys, again, if you have questions, kindly put it po sa ating Q&A button or the chat box. Okay? Now, the word stocks, no, it really represents part ownership in a publicly listed company. So it's like owning a business pero hindi talaga ikaw yung nagra-run ng business na yun. So the term stocks and equities are often used interchangeably because synonymous yung kanilang definitions. So individuals and institutions own stocks of companies with the expectation na tataas po yung stock price and earn dividend income. Okay? Now, yung mga stocks naman natin, they can be also bought and sold in stock exchanges. Okay? Now, due to the short-term volatility of stocks o yung pagbaba and pag-akyat ng kanyang stock price, it would be best to use investable funds and have a long-term perspective. Okay? Now, as an investor, we must remember no, that we are putting money on the principal drivers of the economy. Okay? Ayan. So, one of the most frequently asked questions of would-be investors no, or first time pa lang papasok to stock market is why do companies issue stocks? So what's in it for them, no? So yung mga companies natin, they issue stocks to raise capital from public investors to fund business operations. So ano yung mga business operations? Usually, number one, is gusto nila mag-expand na kanilang facilities like dagdagan ng number of stores or even entering new markets. At the same time, for those na may mga businesses na may mga products, no, if they'd like to produce a new product or service to the market, they might also need enough funding for that venture. So companies might also need more funds to pay off some of their debts or kanilang utang. Okay? So similarly to the taking slice of pizza, no, private companies take a portion of their business and divide it to a number of stocks. Okay? And then they offer this to the public at a certain price per stock. For example, sabihin natin 250 pesos per share. And when the company does this for the first time, we call this the initial public offering or the IPO. So usually IPO, narinig natin yan if you are watching yung mga news about the stock market or for example, you are watching Bloomberg sa TV, usually may mga IPO. Okay? So companies prefer to issue stocks if they're able to raise more capital than borrowing money. Okay? Kapag magbaborrow ka, you are also paying for the interest. Okay? Now, the trade-off lang natin for the companies is that they have to share a piece of the company and abide with the financial and legal regulations of the SEC or tatawag natin na Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay? Aside from SEC, actually may mga other regulatory bodies din na nag-oversee. So, we have the Philippine Stock Exchange or the PSE. We also have the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or the BSP and the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Okay? Ayan. So, sa initial public offering no, yung IPO natin, so this one is, ang stock is magiging publicly listed na sa Philippine Stock Exchange. Okay, so once listed na sa PSE, tinatawag natin dito is the secondary market kung saan binubuo ng mga buyers and also sellers of that stock. Okay, so yung mga tao no, na bumili sa stocks during the IPO, pwede na ibenta yung kanilang mga stocks sa presyo na gusto na. Tawag natin dito ay as price. Okay? So for those naman na interesadong bumili, pwede na nila mag-bid doon sa mga stocks na gusto nila. Tawag natin dito ay bid price. So as licensed trading participant in the Philippine Stock Exchange, yung role po ng First Metro Securities is to make it easy for our clients no, to buy and sell stocks using our online trading platform or the FirstMetroSec Go mobile app. Okay? And so Actually, I'm gonna share with you some of the factors. So for example, the trading schedule. No need to memorize it, but maybe familiarize it, no? So usually ang trading schedule, nakikita nyo naman din siya every time mag-trade tayo sa platform, or even you actually, meron siyang mga different indicators. So usually nakikita nyo, market is open, market is closed. Now, to give you what really happens during the schedule, no? The market pre-opens at 9 a.m. and then you can post orders until the market really opens at 9:30 a.m. But modifications, cancellations of the orders are only allowed 9:15 a.m. So when the morning session starts, orders are continuously accepted and also automatically matched based on the best market price available at that time. So these are transactions na usually makikita natin sa ticker tape. So later I'll be showing you ano yung itsura usually ng ticker tape, no? So when the morning trading session continues until the market takes a recess from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So during this period, wala pong orders na pwedeng ipasok, modified, or canceled. Okay, so mag-resume ulit sa afternoon at 1 p.m. until mag-pre-close siya ng 2:45 to 2:50. And then formally, it will approach to the runoff at 2:50, and only limit orders or closing prices can be entered until the market closes at 3 p.m. Okay, so once you start trading, actually, medyo magiging familiar na tayo with the schedule naman din. Okay? Yan. So once you open actually a stock brokerage account, no, or a trading platform, you will actually see what is called a ticker tape. Okay, so usually yung ticker tape natin, showing on your screen yun, nasa pinakababa. Usually gumagalaw yan siya. And then you can actually see different informations on traded stocks on that day. Okay, so you can actually see three basic information of the stock transaction, no? So in this example, for example, nakikita natin yung MBT, or nakikita natin yung numbers na 66.00 and also 1,360. Okay, so ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng mga symbols and numbers na ito, no? So if we interpret, we can actually read this as MBT, short for the Metropolitan Trust and Company. The second is the stock price, meaning dito yung price kung saan magkasundo yung ating buyers and sellers para i-trade yung stocks. And third is what we call the overall or the total number of shares. Okay, now to summarize, the information says in the ticker tape that there is 1,360 shares of Metro Bank that was traded at 66 pesos per share. Okay, so actually in the next slide, no, I'll be asking the participants if medyo na-understand natin konti yung ticker tape. Okay, now I have prepared actually an example. Check natin. Ayun. So, first question natin yun. So, put din lang sa atin sa ating chat box, no? First question, at what price did LTG trade? Kindly type in po sa chat box. Ayun. Okay, so some of you, I think some of you answered already 9.54. The correct answer is 9.54. Okay, so second question natin. How many shares of URC was traded at 143.10 pesos? Okay? Number of shares po yung pinag-uusapan natin. Okay? Ayan. So I'm waiting for others. I can see 50. Okay? The correct answer is yes, 50 shares. Okay? So last one is what stock traded at 1.46 pesos? What stock traded at 1.46 pesos? Yes, correct answer po natin is ST-NEC. Okay, so yan lang po yung essence of the ticker tape, no? So that you know ano yung mga stocks that are traded on that day. Okay, so after learning that, this begs to the next question, no, is what is the minimum number of shares that you can actually buy? Okay? So, I will introduce to you is what we call the board lot. Okay, so board lot kasi ito yung reference natin to know ano nga ba yung mga minimum number of shares that you can buy for a specific price range. Okay, so dito rin natin malalaman kung magkano talaga ang kakailanganin mo para mag-invest sa isang stock or company. Okay, for better appreciation, let's look at these examples with closing prices as of yesterday, January 17, 2025. First is for those na mahilig mag-grocery, we have the pure gold traded at 28.15 pesos per share. So it's between 5 to 49.95 pesos price range already. And the minimum number of shares that can be traded are 100 and increments thereof. Increments thereof meaning 100, 200, 300. In this case, you need around 3,000 pesos to invest in pure gold with a ticker code P Gold. Okay? Yan. Second one is for those na mahilig mag-shopping. We also have the SM Investments traded at 835 pesos. So it's between 50 to 999.5 price range already. So the minimum number of shares that can be traded are 10 and increments thereof. So in this case, you need around 8,400 pesos to invest in SM. Okay? Third naman for example, the telco, we have the PLDT traded at 1,295 pesos. So it's medyo greater than 1,000 pesos na siya. So the minimum number of shares that can be traded are 5 and increments thereof. So in this case, you need around 6,500 pesos to start investing in PLDT with a ticker code TEL. Okay, so as you can observe, no, kapag tumataas po yung share price, bumababa din yung minimum number of shares na required. So you also don't need to have a lot of money in order to start investing in some of the companies na medyo inclined tayo to invest. Okay? Now, how can we earn from stock market investing? No? Actually, I'd like to share with you simple ways to make money from the stocks without any complicated stuff. No? Number one is the buy cheap and sell hype. So imagine, for example, nag-grocery tayo. We always see first, yung mga stocks na naka-sale or kapag yung mga items na nakababa yung kanyang presyo, same din siya with the stocks, no? You grab stocks when they are on sale and sell when the prices go up. So buy low and sell high. Okay? And also some companies share profits, no? You can actually receive these dividends regularly. So like a little bonus for supporting them, no? So one good tip for me is that you can start reinvesting your profits. For example, nag-earn ka na ng dividend or kapag meron ka na earning from the stock market, you can actually reinvest those profits because you can grow your money faster by this kind of method. So instead of cashing out, you can actually buy more stocks. So it's like planting more money trees, no? So if paid out regularly yung ating mga dividends, this can be a good source of income. Okay, so some companies have a dividend policy which indicates kung ilan nga bang porsyento of their net income to be given as dividends. Okay, so actually in the Philippine Stock Exchange, no, there are a lot of publicly listed companies sa ating local stock market that we can choose from. But what are those types of stocks na available, no? Yeah, so number one is the preferred stocks. So first is we have these kind of stocks no kung saan it pays fixed dividends. Second is higher yield and potentially to appreciate in price. Okay, so usually the dividend yields that are here in preferred stocks no are higher than what you can get from the common stocks. Okay. Now, for better appreciation, no, let's look at, I think last year lang ito na offering, no, from Ayala. We have the Class B Series 3 preferred with a ticker code ACPB3. So in this one, yung issue price niya is 2,000, no? And then yung issue date niya was last October. So right now, the market price is already at 2,090 pesos. So this is as of yesterday, January 17, 2025. And also for the dividend frequency, I think they were able to issue na already one dividend, no? And then they will usually issue again. So yung kanyang frequency is January, April, July, and October. So as you can see here, trailing dividend, they already given 30.27 and also the yield is 1.45. So next one is the common stocks, no? So unlike the preferred stocks that they pay fixed dividends, the dividends for common stocks naman can vary depending on the company's profitability and also the decision of the board of directors. Okay, so please note, no, hindi po lahat. So some of the companies do not give dividends, no. So if you want to have stable dividends, you can get them from the preferred shares. But if you're aiming for long-term gains and also other perspective, common stocks have a bigger potential. Okay, for example, no, another telco, we have the Globe Telecom closed at 2,290 pesos as of yesterday. Trailing 12 months natin na dividends, it gave already 100 pesos dividends per share. So if the company will give the same dividends, you'll have a trailing dividend yield of 4.37%. So for the dividends, payment frequency nila is 4 times. Okay, so again, please note that some of the companies do not give po dividends. Okay, now to see those characteristics in action, no, let's look at another example. So this is from Meralco's historical performance from 2017 up to present, no. So for this one, you can clearly see here na napag-fluctuate po yung price. So there are times that it trends higher, meaning you can profit here when you buy low and also sell high. So that's how you make money in investing. So there are also periods that it trends lower. You should avoid the stock during this time or take advantage of it. Okay? So despite the price fluctuations, no, yung pagtaas and also pagbaba ng kanyang stock price, Meralco has given dividends throughout the years. For example, 2017, they started off with 18.225 pesos per share. And then for 2024, that's last year, we have 21.53 pesos per share. So that's actually higher than the year before. Okay. Ayan. So, next one is, I think this is usually napapansin namin kapag may mga clients, usually ina-ask kung ano nga ba yung mga REITs, no? What are the REIT companies? So, REITs is short for the Real Estate Investment Trust. So, let's start understanding muna, no, what really happens in REITs. So, REITs are companies that are duly registered with the SEC or the Securities and Exchange Commission and also publicly listed and traded on the PSE. Okay, so REITs natin basically exist to own revenue-generating real estate assets. Okay, so a REIT company's revenue-generating real estate assets can be offices. We have the commercial centers. We also have the hotels and resorts and even energy-producing projects. Okay, so through the REITs companies fund and also property managers, the REIT company collects revenue and it's required by the REIT law that is RA 9856 to distribute po 90% of its annual distributable income to its shareholders. Okay? So because of this unique feature, no, REITs can be a good source of passive dividend income for your diversified investment portfolio. Okay, so to give you an example of a REIT company, no, we have a REIT traded at 40 pesos, no, so with trailing 12 months dividend yield of 5.63%. So yung IPO price na yung first pa lang siya na issue is around 27 pesos. Okay, now for common shareholders of REIT companies, no, it really means that there is an opportunity po to earn via stream of dividends and also capital appreciation. So over time, yung REITs company's dividend per share and share price may grow as a result of more revenue generating real estate assets that being injected or deposited to its portfolio. Okay? Now, in REITs kasi, the investors have an attractive income generating security with long-term growth potential. Okay? Yan. Another example of the historical performance, no, para at least makita natin yung kanyang growth and also what really happens throughout the years, no? So let's look at the historical performance from IPO up to the present of a REIT. So you can clearly see here, yung sinabi ko kanina, nagfa-fluctuate pa rin yung kanyang price. So there are times na it trends higher, it trends lower due to the supply and demand market forces. Okay? Now, currently, it's consolidating between the sideways trading. Despite the price fluctuation, no, REIT has given dividends quarterly since 2020. So for example, 2020, 0.93 per share up until 2024 last year, mas higher na siya with 2.25 pesos per share. Okay, so much higher than the year before pa rin. So, including REITs, no, we have couple of hundreds of stocks to choose from. Actually, medyo madami, no? So, in order to get the general sentiment of the market, the Philippine Stock Exchange periodically selects 30 stocks to be part of the composite index. Okay, so this is like parang measuring for them, or for example, barometer or benchmark of the Philippine stock market's overall performance. Okay. Now, to give you a background, no, ano nga ba yung components, ano nga ba yung basehan nila for the index para sa mga companies na ma-include dito, no? Usually, the PSE conducts a semi-annual review of the index components based on their respective liquidity, for example, free float level for full market capitalization, and among others, okay? You can base from these metrics as well. So again, no, this session is all about the basics, pero yung mga sinabi ko kanina, for example, the index components, the ratios, the different metrics, you can actually learn from that to the next sessions, na intermediate to advanced lessons. I would recommend you the best series that will be having another run this year. Okay? Now, based from these metrics na nasabi ko, no, they can increase and also decrease the individual weights, and also pwede nilang tanggalin or dagdagan ng stocks from the index. Okay, so this list, no, pwede na siyang mag-iba. So may mga companies na pwede tanggalin, may mga companies na pwede ipalit. Okay? Ayan. So, index stocks, no, are also commonly called blue chip na stocks. So, as you might have already observed, no, ano nga ba yung mga similarities ng mga stocks nito? Usually they do have parang common qualities. Number one is what we call the good brand recall. So for example, isang look mo lang sa company logo is alam mo na what kind of business, familiar ka na of their respective businesses. For example, the face of Jollibee, alam mo na isa siya sa mga sikat na fast food chain, and also one of the favorite na Filipino na brand, parang ganon. So they also have a good demand for their products and services. Maybe you're using yung shampoo nila, yung kanilang conditioner, yung kanilang soap, or maybe some of their products and services. Okay? Consequently, they have a gained enough traction and also captured a dominant market share in their respective industries. Okay? So they have also been historically proven to weather down economic downturns because of their strong balance sheets. For example, yung recent na pandemic, some of the companies hindi pa nag-close up until they are recovering, or maybe some of them is nakakabawi na. So, their financial stability will enable them to survive yung mga unfavorable conditions. Okay, so this level of stability can further help them maintain their long-term growth prospects and also share a portion of their profits through the dividends. Okay, now So out of all the options, no, how do we choose good stocks to buy? So actually dito talaga yung main point of stock market trading, no, is to really establish yung ating investment strategy, especially when we want to choose the stocks, no. So if you are a long-term investor who can accept moderate risk and also short-term losses for potentially higher returns over time, you may research on companies by looking at their financial statements and also the balance sheets to pick stocks individually using the top-down approach. Actually, yung top-down approach is one of the common ones that you can use, and also you can tweak from there, no? Adjust lang natin based on our um, investment strategy as well, or even the financial goal that you want to achieve. No, first is to study the economic condition of the country overall, meaning tingnan muna natin on a bigger picture. Second is we select the industries that could grow in such environment. And lastly is we analyze companies under that industry that has the best potential to appreciate in price with a good margin of safety. Okay, so later I'll be discussing with you on simpler terms, no? Para at least hindi tayo medyo mahirapan to understand it. Okay, we'll start off the economic analysis, no? So yung investors natin are looking into the country's overall economic outlook first, no? To gauge really the viability of investment growth. Okay, so di ko siya i-discuss lahat, maybe the common ones, no? So for example, GDP, usually narinig natin to sa mga balita, no? It really measures the overall production of the country, and investors are mostly interested in its growth over a certain period. Okay, so another one is, for example, if a robust company, a robust economy, no, really needs a strong labor force to keep it running. So some investors are also looking into the unemployment and also the unemployment levels. Okay, now, in order to maintain healthy inflation, no, usually narinig din natin yung term na inflation. Inflation levels, yung mga central banks po natin manage their country's interest rates to help sustain yung economic growth. Okay, so sometimes din yung hindi naman usually everyday same lang yung nangyayari, no? So sometimes it takes us by surprise and also throw us curveballs in forms of black swan events. Okay, so we must be prepared enough to really avoid them, no? However, it should present an opportunity. We must also be confident to hit him for a home run. So one good example of black swan event is the recent COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so after looking at the overall economic conditions, investors dig deeper naman by looking into industries or sectors that can potentially grow faster. Okay, so investors would want to position themselves in those who would benefit the most, and also lighten their positions in those who will not. Okay. Now, basically in industry analysis, no, we classify industries or sectors according to their sensitivity to the different stages of business and economic cycles. Okay, for example, the cyclical industries are naturally dependent on them and tends to perform better during the cycle upturns. For example, these are the real estate sector, we have the financial sector, and the consumer discretionary. Okay, now the opposite naman na side, you can see the right side of the screen, no, is what we call the defensive industries. So these have relatively stable demand for its products and services. Usually yung mga consumers, ito yung mga parati nilang ginagamit, parati nilang kino-consume, and is largely unaffected by different stages because of the high demand of the business. So for example, for this one is the utilities, meaning the water, the light, the electricity, the healthcare, and also the consumer staples. Okay, now after that is the investors analyze the companies under those industries with a growth potential. So here are the essential factors to look into, no? So for example, first is they know the company's business model, meaning paano ba kumikita yung company, how it generates revenue, for example, the pricing, the costing. So as most professional would say, no, is never invest po in something that you do not understand. Okay? Next is get to know the management. So it's good to know their background, their reputation, as they will be the one running and also directing the business. Okay? Now, it pays to look at the company's valuation. So this will help you determine what are the good and also the bad stocks among the peers using some of the valuation metrics. For example, the price to earnings, you have the price to book, the PE ratio, or the dividend yield. So again, no, some of these metrics can be discussed on the intermediate na mga sessions or advanced level sessions. Okay? Now, it's also good to know how the company performed in the recent years. You can also check the trends of the company's revenues, the production cost, the net income. Lastly is we should know also the company's growth prospects, key strategies. Usually meron yan silang mga 2025 strategic plans or mga ganyan na usually that they want to share with their investors. Okay? Now, in our quest to find opportunities to earn in stocks, no, while also handling our responsibilities in life, how First Metro Securities can help. Actually, once you open an account with us, no, medyo maraming information and also helpful reports that you can actually use, no, to choose good stocks. Okay. Now, our research team regularly publishes reports in our platform that caters to different kinds of investor. For example, whether you are conservative, moderately conservative, aggressive, or nasa middle lang tayo, we have different kind of reports that we can show you. So all are available naman po 24/7 and for free to all our First Metro Securities clients. Okay? Now, if you're a long-term investor and also individually pick stocks using the top-down approach, no, you will love our company research report. So our recent na company report, we have from the BPI, Pure Gold, and also the JFC. Okay, now, another report is what we call the Trader's Playbook. I think we have recently released 4 TPs for the kahapon, no, January 17. So again, all of these reports now po are available to our clients. Okay, now, these are individual reports naman din that are published for each of the stock within the coverage of the First Metro Securities research, which are accessible via our platform. Okay, now, the key to outperformance now will be your patience, selectivity, and also the nimble portfolio management. Now, if you plan to invest in long term, no, in the stock market, here's how it fluctuated and also performed. So there are years talaga that stock market is positive, meaning umaakyat siya, sometimes negative or little to no change at all. So historically, if you can see the end of 1987 to 2021, no, there were more years that the market gave positive returns. So the total growth rate was also around 775.9%, while the compound annual growth rate of the PSEI is around 6.59%. So if you are not confident in picking stocks, but you are confident that the Philippine stock market will continue to grow over time, and also kapag medyo busy lifestyle tayo and we don't have the time to really monitor the stock portfolio, but you can also tolerate the short-term fluctuations, you might also consider just to track po the performance of the PSEI by investing regularly. So instead of buying the 30 PSEI stocks, no, and monitoring them individually kasi medyo madami, you can simply buy the First Metro Philippine Equity Exchange Traded Fund or the FMETF na tinatawag natin. So basically, the FMETF is a mutual fund that tracks the performance of the PSEI pero traded po siya as a stock in the exchange. Okay, so as of January 17, 2025, it was trading around 102.70 pesos per share. So you only need around 1,030 pesos 0.03 plus the fees, no, to start investing in the FM ETF. Okay? Ayan. Now, As we approach the end of the session, no, in summary, we learned that stock market investing is actually owning a piece of publicly listed business. Companies issue stocks to raise capital for various projects, yung mga ventures nila. So as a shareholder of a business, we can actually earn two ways, no? The price appreciation, yung pagtaas po ng kanyang presyo, and also dividend income by investing in this kind of stocks, no? We also learn how to use the top-down approach to choose the good stocks to buy. And also, lastly, we can trade with confidence with the help of FirstMetroSecurities research reports. Okay? Now, before we move on to the Q&A session, I'd like to take this opportunity to share a couple things on behalf of First Metro Securities. Again, for those na wala pa pong account with us, aside from the stocks, no, we also have different investment vehicles that you can start investing. We also have the mutual funds from our FundSmart partners. We also have the bonds, the corporate and also the government bonds, yung REITs na nasabi ko, and also the FMET F. Okay, so you can actually check out the trading platform using our mobile app or the website na version. So whether you're using your personal computer, tablet, or even the mobile phones. And also for the account opening, no, you can actually download po the FirstMetroSec Go mobile app via your Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Or even kapag personal computer, you can actually check out the website. You can actually open a account from there. And then online na po lahat from uploading your required documents. So number one, need lang po natin ang valid ID, proof of address, proof of settlement bank account, 3 signatures, and also the initial deposit. So initial deposit po natin is at a minimum of 1,000 pesos. Okay. Now, for faster processing of your account opening application, please do use the seminar code stock market para alam namin that you came from this webinar. Okay. Yan. And again, for our existing clients or for those who want to have fresh eyes po sa kanilang portfolio, you can book your portfolio review with us. And for those outside of the Mindanao, through online muna tayo. We have the Zoom, Google, depende of your preference. But for those specifically clients that here in Davao, we do offer on-site naman po na portfolio review. Okay, you can just scan the QR code the showing on your screen to book a appointment. So this will redirect you na po sa isang Calendly na link. Okay? And for those who want to have customized, gamified, and award-winning market education programs exclusively designed for your company, schools, or organization, or even a group of your friends, you can invite us. No, if you want to have a session with us with regards to stock market investing or different investment vehicles, or even simple as Finlit sessions, you can invite us as your speakers. You can scan the QR code or give us a email naman po through our email account, through our email address. That's marketeducation@firstmetrosec.com.ph. And again, our sessions naman po are all free. Okay? Now, every award is a tribute to the trust that our clients place in us, and for that, we are deeply grateful. Together with the employees and also First Metro Securities as a whole, is profoundly thankful for this recognition as a broker and for our trading platform. These awards are yours, our valued clients. And also feel free to connect with us. Our main website again is www.firstmetrosec.com.ph. In our social media channels, just search at First Metrosec. So we've been very active sa aming Facebook and Viber communities. And we also have audible versions of our sessions sa ating Spotify for those who want to do some other stuff, no, but also listening about investing or even the market outlook of the different companies. You can check out our Spotify. We also have short videos in TikTok and also recorded sessions po sa ating YouTube channel. Okay? And also, pwede nyo po ako i-email, no, about my presentation or even about investing. Just send us an email at idirampatun@firstmetrosec.com.ph. And also before we like to to answer your questions, no, I'd like to promote that we'll be having a 2025 Traders Playbook virtual conference via Zoom. That's happening next week, January 22. That's Wednesday, 4 p.m. So why attend po, no? So if you want to know more about these kind of topics, the inflation trends, the monetary policy shifts, actually out of this, no, for those na medyo maraming questions, what really happened post US presidential elections, what is the really impact here in our Philippines equity market, no, and even maybe attend some of the topics that will be presented from our experts. Feel free po to register. Open na po yung ating registrations. We've been starting to promote this yesterday, no? So, yung mga links naman din and also the promotion for this one is all available in our social media channels. So, please do register, and also you will receive a Zoom detail once confirmed na po yung ating registration. All right. Now it's time for our Q&A. Maybe we will have 5 minutes to answer your question. Please write your questions in the designated Q&A section of the platform, and we'll try to address them as many as we can. For those na hindi pa namin ma-answer due to the limitations of time, we'll try to respond them offline. Okay? Now, let me just pull up the Q&A. All right, so maybe there's questions about the account opening. Let me just pull up a bit. Yeah, so for the foreign clients, may mga additional requirements po that you need to provide. For example, maybe I'll share some of those, but feel free to email me. For example, the Dirampatun at FirstMetroSec.com.ph. So for the foreign clients, they will need to provide po a local bank account, also the TIN, and also 2 valid IDs with clear signature and with the alien certificate registration, which is the ACR card and the EDD form. So if you will have parang interest in opening an account with us, feel free to email me if meron pa tayong difficulties to open during the website version. Okay? Now, again, the maintaining balance, wala pa tayong maintaining balance, but we do have an initial deposit of 1,000 pesos. Okay? Ayan. So also for preferred stocks, may capital growth din same sa common stocks. So again, for the stocks, no, we do have two ways na they will have the way to receive those investments. No? So for example, the capital appreciation, meaning the stock price will have the potential to increase in price. No? And also the same one is the dividends. Okay. Now, for preferred stocks kasi, they do have fixed dividends. They will have a more potential kasi to have more dividends to be given compared to common stocks. Now, do we get notified for preferred stocks or sa announcement section lang talaga siya nakikita? For preferred stocks naman, you can actually contact us kung ano ba yung offering na meron. So recently yung sa Ayala, this was promoted I think October. So usually you can get those details from the brokers just like us. Yan, last 1 minute. And also for those, I think may questions pa. So may mga questions po na I will not be able to answer them. But I will take note of it kasi medyo hindi po siya cover during this session. Okay, for dollar-denominated funds, need po ba ng dollar account? Yes, need po ng separate dollar account. Okay. I think that is the last question. Okay. Yeah, so for now, that sums up our webinar. Thank you so much for all your questions. And also to our attendees, we also value your feedback. You can share your thoughts and also experiences with us by scanning the QR code and answering our feedback survey. Your input is essential in helping us improve our services and better meet your needs. We appreciate your contribution and look forward to implementing positive changes based on your valuable feedback while you are answering the feedback survey. And to also formally close this session, no, I hope ma-maximize natin yung ating finances, lalo na if it will be for your personal growth or you do have personal financial goals, no, especially if you want to enter a new type of investing, for example, the stock market. So there you have it. Thank you also to everyone who attended this morning the weekend. Though we sincerely hope that you learn a lot and that these insights and lessons about the stock market investing will make your investing journey not just more profitable but also more enjoyable. We hope to see you again in our future learning events because over here at First Metro Securities, we put your future first. Now, see you on the next session with us, hopefully on the 2025 Traders Playbook this January 22 at 4 p.m. Okay, have a great day ahead and keep safe. Thank you, everyone.